Hey, welcome to a video. This is a recap, and it's a total, it's coming from all directions. I am now, today is day 16 of the 30 Days to Wellness, and that's great. So from here, I'm going to go to like last week, which was like maybe my third workout with Jamie. We did it outside. I think there's a little quick bit from Mark with one of our cooking sessions, and listen, this is a thing. Look at my hand. For the longest time, I was like, why do people in New York do this? Why do you count? God, my fingers are like E.T. Why do my New York people count like this? Like, da, da, da. I always did da, 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 da. That's how we do it in Texas, y'all. But in New York, now I suddenly am doing this. I do this first? 1, 2, 3? I don't know what I did. Anyway, so this is day 16. I already said this. There's a lot of time jumping in this. It's going to start with Jamie and me working out. Then we go to me and Mark after having just cooked. And then we go to yesterday. Oh. And then here we are today, which is the day after the end of the show. Yesterday was really hard, and I sort of have gotten through it. But I talk about it a lot at the end, so I'm not even going to get into it. I think it's important to share this because it's part of this process that has me realizing sort of my perception of things and my self-perception. Did the lighting just really shift? So the good news is, haircut. Look how just long. It's just so long. I lost a total of 6.5 pounds. That's pretty good. And what was I going to say? That's 3.5 pounds this week. I lost 3.5 pounds this week. I ate so much food. I'm working out a lot. I ran 3 times. Anyway, we don't need to get into all those details. Or do we? I'm doing 2 workouts a week with Jamie. I ran 3 times on my own last week. Well, my roommate joined me a couple of times. I'm not sure if she wants me mentioning her name on this. Yeah, so it's great. I feel really good today. Yesterday, I felt terrible, as you will see at the end of this thing. So there's a lot of things happening. I feel like there's a lot of like mental self-perception work happening that I wasn't expecting. But I feel good today because I found out I lost 3.5 more pounds. I keep not wanting this to be only about weight, but weight is just something I can measure. And there's weight on me that I don't like having. I don't like walking around jiggling. I don't like feeling this around my middle when I'm sitting down. And it's going away, and it's relatively easy, and the results are also like feeling way better, and just, it's great. So anyway, here's some stuff. These are your hands, silver and forgotten. And these are your feet, calloused and golden. And this is all you anyway. And you are here to be. And you are here to be. All right, so this is, I just finished, this is gonna be a short interview because I can't hold the camera. I have to use both hands. So we just did an outdoor band workout. You want to maybe say the words because I don't have them anymore?
Yeah, it's brains, bands, and body weight, meaning that you don't need any equipment outside of a couple of bands. Actually, I think we used 3 bands, and this dirty mat. You know what I love is that Mike suggested that we, you know, give his roommate a little break from working out in the apartment, and so we met in the park. It's a little chilly out, but there's no excuses. You know, we came to the park. And I was like, oh, okay, what am I gonna do with him in the park? The same thing that he can do, that anyone can do anywhere, which is to use your body weight. And you know, you can go invest like maybe $15, $20 into some bands and get a great workout. And why don't you tell everyone who watches this?
I can't hold the camera.
See, he can't even hold the camera up. That's how challenging bands can be in your body weight if you know what you're doing. And now the reason I call it brains, bands, and body weight is because I
literally can't hold this anymore. You want to hold it?
I'll hold it. This is awesome. And this is light. I'm holding it with my pinky right now.
I have both hands.
So see, I have one hand, dude. So the reason that I call it brains, bands, and body weight is because you do have to know what you're doing. And you know, safety is number one, but also it really comes down to how you go about training to make it more difficult. So yeah, that's why I call it that. So how was it for you?
It was solid. Well, I will have, in the video, we'll have just shown a time lapse of my entire workout. Yeah. Which I hope like shows. I don't know. It doesn't look as hard as it is, does it? Like, I mean, I made it look hard because I was whimpering a lot.
Well, I think what it comes down to is that it was the speed in which you did it. You know.
Yeah. And the lack of break time. In
right.
between.
They were short intervals, so you know you would do only 2 movements, but in those 2 movements you would go back and forth 3 times with no rest, and then only 1 minute rest, and you do the exact same thing again. So that's gonna pump a lot of blood, a lot of lactic acid to that part of your body, and so yeah, you're gonna get a pump. It's gonna get your heart rate up, and when you do that and you move from one movement to the next, it's inevitable that the workout's gonna be really intense, high intensity workout. Brains, bands, and body weight. Use your mind, get some bands, and you don't even need the bands actually. You can just use your body weight. But
yeah, brains, bands, or body weight, or body weight.
Right. That's so just work out, live vibrantly, love life. Goodbye.
So we're making breakfast wrap.
Breakfast wrap. It's quite a simple, not time consuming, very quick dish to make. It's just basically a red leaf chard, could be a romaine. Spread some peanut butter, chop some banana, add some dates, some apples, and maybe a sprinkle of walnuts or some sunflower seeds, the healthy fat to help the nutrient absorption. Bob's your uncle, down it goes, off you go to work.
If I take one thing away from this, it's going to be the phrase, Bob's your uncle. That just means we're done, we did it.
Sorted.
All right.
Yeah, just like sorted, yeah. Then we move on to lunchtime. Lunchtime, we want some energy, we want light food, so we're going to do a roasted beet and roasted broccoli salad. So lots of greens. We're going to roast the beets in the oven. Beets are an excellent source of like natural niacin, open up the blood vessels, gets that energy in there, more blood flow, and of course the salad nice and light, so you're not going to be all heavy sitting at your desk or wherever. And then we're going to move on to my infamous or famous Highland chili with a vegan sour cream made from cashews and chives.
I love it.
Yes. So once again, beautiful whole food plant-based meals for the mind, body and soul. And if you're following Michael, what can I say? Proofs in the pudding.
I love the way the autofocus is on my face. I hope your face wasn't blurry that whole time. If it was, this is the apology for that.
That's okay.
How much weight did I lose so far? I forgot. Was it
3 pounds?
3 pounds. Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Yeah. That's very natural and very healthy. I mean, even a pound a week's a healthy weight. Some people want to lose, extreme amounts, but there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. And you know what? It's just who's that?
Hey, I just want to add that actually he's lost 3 pounds, and there's no doubt that he is shifting his body composition, meaning that he is increasing his lean muscle. So let's not just look only at the scale, and let's talk about the non-scale victory.
The non-scale victory is that I'm not eating Tums I feel like people are going to think I'm exaggerating about this. Every night I will wake up in the middle of the night either feeling like I just puked, or I'm gonna puke, or just heartburn, and literally stopped. I don't eat Tums. Every night I was eating Tums.
Yeah,
and I just don't eat them Like, not a single one.
Yeah, and that was the first thing you said to me, is like this tum thing, and I said, listen, that's going to disappear within a few days of a week, and it disappeared within one day. So
yeah,
tums.
And I still didn't believe you.
Yeah, well, now you believe me.
Yeah,
well,
I mean, sort of.
Have faith, my friend. Who's that?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like all these things are just enablers for unhealthy lifestyles, and that goes as far as all these blood thinners. If you've got heart disease, high cholesterol, how many people who know high cholesterol? I mean, instead of changing the source of these high cholesterol, which is the food, they keep on eating the same food, but they take the blood thinners and all that, and it's really just it's a back to front, topsy turvy, backward way to go about it, which really isn't healthy at all. So,
Bob was your uncle.
Hey.
All right, so that was really week 2, and I'm just starting week 3. Today's the first day of week 3. Yeah, cooked with Mark yesterday. I worked out with Jamie today. Today I'm having like funkiness. So I figured I would talk about it. Like part of what happened is I saw a video of, if you're just tuning in, I'm doing a 30-day workout, nutrition, wellness, mindfulness thing with 2 amazing people, Mark Wood and Jamie Robinson. And, you just saw the video, so you know what's happening. So today I had like this, it started this weekend when I saw a video of like me cooking in the kitchen. I was like, oh God, I still look dumpy. Like I was excited that I lost 3 pounds. But then I saw myself, I was like, oh, well, you don't look that great. Like, and the goal, honestly, is my really maximum, massive goal is to build new habits and just change my lifestyle, right? So it doesn't matter like what I look like right now. The goal is to continue to do good habits. So that's been successful. But I like this morning, like I was in the shower, I was like, ugh, you're still kind of fat. Like, come on. Like not like, like I was feeling very defeated and very like, if I wasn't doing this challenge right now, I would definitely have given up today. Like I get in that thing and it's like, oh, well, it's just, you're just like this. So go ahead and just go get a fucking pizza. But I don't want to do that anymore. So I was doing my workout with Jamie today, and for whatever reason, he was right on top of that. I think I want to say like energetically. So like we had already planned to like do some talking about like where my head is at and where people's heads are at when it's time for a change. And it felt shitty. The thing that was bad is like I was really like just observing myself, and I felt defeated the whole time. And during the workout, I was like, and then I was just thinking like something he said about, like when you're running tomorrow I'm going to run 4 miles instead of 3, which is great. When you're running tomorrow, like think about you're being successful, like, and that's not how I think, and I realized, oh, I think really bad stuff about myself, like throughout the day, like always, like throughout the day, I should put this in past tense because I'm changing this now, but just sort of having this sort of realization of like how I treat myself and how I talk to myself, it's not nice. And why would I do that? Like, but it's part of this whole cycle of like self-sabotage. And like even when I'm running, and I run a fair amount, and I'm in decent shape. Like I can run like 3 miles, and I've done long races. But even during that, it's like, I have this mindset of like, oh, just keep going, because you're just you're just like, this is hard for you. Instead of like, no, this is great. Look what I'm doing. Like what my body's doing. Look, I'm running. This is great. I wonder if I can go faster. Small moments have been like that. But my overarching thing in my mind is you're a loser. Like, and I'm not trying to be like totally self-deprecating about that, but it's like the kind of thing that I think. And, I mean, of course, I'm having a hard time. If that's what I'm thinking about myself, and that's my perception of myself, is that I'm a loser, like that I'm gross. I mean, I said it in the last video in like a joking way, but it's how I really feel about myself. I mean, of course, I'm not going to get up and go running or like eat food that makes me feel good. You know, like if I keep saying that kind of shit to myself, why wouldn't I just eat a bunch of shit and like just treat myself like shit, right? So it's kind of heavy to start thinking about that stuff. And it's like, that's the process, right? Of like getting out from under those habits. Like the habits are about me having that sort of perception and energy throughout the day, every week, every year. Like I've been thinking about this and feeling like that for a really long time. So, you know, like for whatever reason, I feel like videotaping this and putting it on YouTube. But, you know, like I think part of the thing that's valuable is like, oh, this is the thing that I'm trying to avoid recognizing. And that's why I like kind of hide behind like, there's a Jane Siberry song where she says, it's one from her very first album. I don't know if you're a fan. She's talking about, the whole song is about her friends asking her why she's so fat. And then she's like, there's a part where she's like, oh, maybe I'm fat because, and I don't want to make this about being fat, like, but the thing that she says is, and I think about it, how I present myself, that would be a better way to think of it. Because maybe if I wasn't, people might like me. You know, like, is this like some sort of defense thing that I sort of keep myself in this unkempt sort of medium healthy sort of world? Unhealthy? I don't know what it is. Because I feel like my perception of myself is skewed, even though like there's a AA thing that says like I felt like I was the piece of shit at the center of the universe, where like I feel like a just disgusting like fat. I don't want to use speciesist language, but I'm awesome too. Like, but I used to be really great. So I mean, come on. I don't know what that means. But anyway, so I just felt like sharing that thing because it's really weighing heavy on me. And I am committed to like succeeding and changing the way that I am in my world. And I want to be healthier and I want to be active and I want to have like that thought stuff. Getting to the other side of that. That would be major. Like, that would be major. Like, what would my life be like if I didn't think like that about myself? Like, what would it could be like anything. So anyway, that's my end of week 2 reflection, and beginning of week 3, I feel like, even though I'm feeling really shitty, I'm also feeling super motivated to not feel shitty. So here's to not feeling shitty. I'll see you next week.